my channel, or welcome in if you're new here. My name is Taylin. I am currently 39 weeks pregnant with a baby boy, and in today's video, we are going to be going over what is in my hospital bags. As of today, we have officially less than 24 hours until baby boy is here, or I should say less than 24 hours until we go in for our induction. We have to be at the hospital tomorrow at 6 a.m. and hopefully baby boy is here not too long after that. If you've been following along with my videos, you will already know the reason that we are going through with an induction. If you haven't, just to sum it up, baby boy has been diagnosed with IUGR, which is an intrauterine growth restriction, and they don't allow you to go past 39 weeks with the growth restriction just due to the possible complications that could arise from that. So with that being said, tomorrow is baby boy's eviction date. Let's get into what is in my hospital bags. I have 4 bags packed that we are going to be taking to the hospital. Bag number 1 is a induction bag. This bag basically just has stuff to do in it and also stuff for labor. So it's gonna be a bag that is easy to reach for, stuff inside is easy to find, and stuff that I might need immediately getting to the hospital. And then I have baby boy's bag, which has everything that he needs for the entire hospital stay. I have my bag, which has the toiletries and stuff in it for myself and my husband. And then we have my husband's bag. As mentioned before, I am a first-time mom. This is my first baby, so I've never actually been through an induction before. However, my best friend is a mom of 2, and she has been induced both times with her babies. So she gave me some tips and tricks on what I should bring, and I decided to make a induction/labor bag. In this bag, I wanted it to have things that were easy access that I would want immediately during labor, that my doula or my husband could reach for in the event that I myself can't reach for it. So I have this bag, kind of everything is like easy to see and grab. And it also has things to do in it. The number one thing my best friend said for both of her inductions was that it was just such a boring process at the beginning of it. Before you get into active labor, it's a lot of just sitting and waiting around for things to happen. And she really said that she wishes that she had some things to do just so she wasn't so bored in the meantime. With that being said, this is my induction/labor bag, and let's see what's in it. I have a cooling towel that I thought would be really helpful during labor in case I get hot. Chargers are definitely a must, so I have my laptop charger. This also is a lightning charger, which will charge my AirPods. And then I have just a regular long USB-C phone charger. I'm gonna have a second charger in here as well, but we have to grab that tomorrow morning on the way out because that's my husband's phone charger. I have my Haka and nipple butter. So this probably mainly is gonna be for after baby is born. I also have a TENS unit just in case to help for pain because I am planning on going unmedicated, so no epidural. And I've heard that a TENS unit is really great during labor. I also have been having really bad back pains and I'm not even in labor yet, so I'm kind of worried about having back labor, and I'm hoping that if I do, or if I'm just in an extreme amount of pain, a TENS unit will help kind of combat that. Of course, I have my AirPods. I also am going to have my husband's AirPods in here. This will be nice, especially for, you know, if we're up and we can't sleep, or if baby is sleeping and we just want to be quiet. Definitely AirPods. I also have my laptop in case I want to get some work done. I own an embroidery business as well as working on my YouTube channel, so especially with having my AirPods, I should be able to edit and upload either this video that I'm filming now or the birth vlog that I plan to make. I don't know if I'll get to it. We'll see how the birth and induction process goes, but I would love to be able to film that process. But either way, I thought my laptop would be good to bring. I also can watch YouTube on it, or my husband can use it for YouTube or whatever. I also have my Kindle. Now, probably bringing my page turner for my Kindle might not be necessary because I'm not going to have the stand with me, but I always have my page turner on my Kindle anyways. I went ahead and downloaded some books on here that I can read. I also am at the tail end of one that I might be able to finish while in the hospital. So yeah, I thought, why not bring my Kindle? I also have 2 stroller fans just in case it gets hot and the AC is not enough. I also have really bad anxiety, so I'm thinking like a fan directly on my face might help to ease some of that anxiety. These, both fully charged, I think might even be battery powered. I'm not sure, but I fully charged them before I packed them in the bag, so we should be good to go. I have an extra USB-C charging cable just in case. Oh, I actually have a second long USB-C charger in here, so I won't have to grab my husband's. We have both of them right here, so that is already good to go. Of course, I bring this with me everywhere, to be honest. If you know, you know. I have POTS, so I have to have a lot of salt. Not saying I'm going to be needing this, but I usually just have one of these in every bag that I carry, and this used to be my work bag, so I just left it in there. But in the event that I do need some salt in a pinch, I have some salt. I also just carry these with me everywhere. These are Tums, but in case myself or my husband needs them, I figured it would be just good to have in here. Randomly, I also have a Sudoku book in here. This was in here because this used to be my work bag, so I just left it in there, but another thing to do just in case. Next up is a labor comb. So if you don't know what a labor comb is, basically you hold it like this and you can, you know, grip it, squeeze it, whatever, and it's supposed to take your mind off of the pain of labor and kind of place your mind here. That's another reason that I grabbed my AirPods, is because I have been listening to hypnobirthing, so in the event that I want to listen to a hypnobirthing session to kind of calm myself and ease my mind in the labor process or in the hospital setting, I will have my AirPods to be able to do that. I have in here some chapstick, but I also just have this in my normal purse. I've heard that your lips can get really chapped during labor, so it's good to just have some chapstick. And then I have a plug, surge protector, whatever you want to call this. I have one of these in my bag because I don't know how many outlets there are going to be in the hospital. I don't know if we're going to need any more than just the 1 or 2 that are in there, but I've heard it's a good idea to bring one of these just in case. Again, with me having POTS, I have just some electrolyte chews in here just in case I need them. And last but not least, I have a hair clip and a thing of hair ties. So I'm sure I'm gonna want my hair out of my way, pinned up, tied up, whatever, got it in the bag. Next up in our hospital bags, we have baby boy's diaper bag. On the back here, I have a pacifier holder. I went ahead and sanitized and put in 3 different pacifiers. One of them is glow in the dark and the other 2 are normal. I've heard glow in the dark pacifiers are best for the middle of the night when they spit them out and you can't find them. Not saying he's gonna do that as a fresh 1 to 2 day old newborn, but I thought it was just something nice to have easy access to on the back of the diaper bag. I also have a pair of socks. These are going to be his first pair of socks. Now, what my Nana does is she has all 6 of her grandkids' first pair of socks that she's carried around in her purse since I, the first grandchild, was born 27 years ago. And she requested that I grab 1 pair of socks, put them on him for a second. I can take them off if I want and just hand them to her, and that way she can also carry her great-grandchild's first pair of socks. In this pocket, I have my Hatch Go sound machine and the charger for it. It should be fully charged, but figured I might as well bring the charger. And just in case we need a little sound machine in the hospital, I thought this was the perfect little device. In the front little pocket here, I do have a pack of water wipes and some random newborn sized diapers. My hospital actually will supply diapers and wipes, but I just threw them in here because they were kind of floating around and I figured, why not? This is his diaper bag anyways, so even when we're home from the hospital, it's gonna need some diapers and wipes in it. And then I have a name sign. So once he's here, we can write the name and date, time, weight, and length on it. And just a little tip for these name signs that somebody else had given me. Don't use Sharpie, use paint markers. So I have acrylic paint markers, 1 white and 1 black, and I've heard that it doesn't make them bleed or anything like a Sharpie would. So if you're going to be doing a name sign, definitely do paint markers. And then for the main section of the bag, I have these cute little organizers to help put everything in. So in this one I have some mittens and some socks. In this little organizer, now as I mentioned, he was diagnosed with IUGR, which is the growth restriction. So he is on the smaller side. So I have 3 different sizes of clothes in here because I have no idea what's gonna fit him. I have some preemie outfits, I have some newborn size outfits, and then I believe I might have 1 0 to 3 month outfit just in case. I'm assuming he's gonna fit into the preemie and hopefully at least one of the newborn outfits because I embroidered his name on that outfit, so I really would like for him to wear it when people come over to meet him and learn his name because we have not yet shared his name. But yeah, a couple outfits. This is a nursing cover that I received as a gift from the OB, so I figured I would just throw this in a bag. I don't know if I'll use it in the hospital, but it'd be nice to have in his diaper bag anyways because I do plan on exclusively breastfeeding. This pouch is for swaddles, so I have a couple different types of swaddles. I have an actual like blanket style swaddle, which is just a square piece of fabric that you wrap around them. And then I have actual like structured swaddles with Velcro that you just put them in and then Velcro over their arms. These are burp cloths. In the back here, I have a folder for my birth plan is gonna go in here because I'm getting a copy of my birth plan from my doula that we have written up together. And then this also is going to be for any documents or anything that we get for baby boy. I have a electric nail buffer because I've heard that babies' nails can be quite long and you don't want them scratching themselves. So I just decided to bring the electric nail buffer. I then have my egg light that I can use in the hospital instead of the bright fluorescent lights that they have. I figured this would be really, really good for the middle of the night. And last but not least, we have his first baby blanket that I went ahead and embroidered his name on. In case the outfit with his name doesn't fit, we at least have the blanket with his name on it that we can announce his name to our family with. Next up, we have my husband's bag. So in this pocket, we've got just a ton of snacks. I threw a bunch of Slim Jims, some protein bars, and Gushers in here. I also have Chex Mix that we're going to be bringing, as well as some Gatorades and Body Armors and Liquid IV for electrolytes. Not going to show you this side, but he's got underwear and socks in here. And then we open it up and we've got clothes on this side. And then also in his bag, I have thrown some more snacks. So I have some peanut packets, applesauce pouches, a thing of beef jerky, and I have some nursing pads thrown in here as well because I didn't have anywhere else for them to fit. Don't know if I'm gonna need them, but might as well have them just in case I want them. I decided to throw a bunch of snacks in his bag because I primarily won't be able to eat until baby is born, but it's probably going to be a long process, and I told him that he's not allowed to leave the room, so if he's hungry, he better snack on the stuff in his bag and not leave the room to go get food. If I can't leave, he can't leave. That's how I see it. If you're interested in what kind of clothes my husband packed, he has 3 hoodies, one of them being a zip-up hoodie so that he can do skin to skin with the baby. He has a couple pairs of shorts because it is currently the end of July and it is very hot here in Michigan. And then he also has a couple pairs of sweatpants because I run really hot normally, and I'm assuming during labor I'm probably gonna get really hot and I'm gonna want to crank that AC. So I told him to pack some clothes that he can bundle up in to stay warm while I am in labor. And then of course he has just underwear and socks in his bag as well. Alrighty, last but not least, we have my hospital bag. This also doubles as the toiletries bag for both my husband and I, so that's why I have a massive bag. But let's see what I have in here. So in this side, I have some socks, regular socks as well as compression socks. I don't know if I'll be able to wear socks in the hospital because I think I'll have to have the grippy socks or whatever. But I also have some nursing bras in here. I skipped out on the underwear because I'm sure I'm going to be wearing a diaper with all the bleeding and everything anyways, or whatever mesh underwear the hospital provides. And then on this side, I have some postpartum stuff. So I actually packed this bag, which because we're cloth diapering, this is a like cloth diaper wet bag or pail liner. So typically when you're done using the cloth diapers before wash day, you would throw them in this liner and then you would just throw everything in the washer. I decided to bring this with so we can put all of our dirty clothes in here. We're not cloth diapering until probably 2 to 3 weeks after the hospital because baby is being circumcised, and I'm also a first-time mom as well as first-time cloth diaperer, so I don't know if I really want to jump into it the first week that we have baby home. But anyways, I brought this liner bag so that we can throw all of our dirty clothes in it, so I know what needs to be washed when we get home. This is my Perry bottle. I'm pretty sure the hospital might supply one, but I decided to throw mine in here just in case, because you never know. And then I have just a couple pairs of adult diapers. I don't know what the hospital is going to supply. I had a friend that had a baby back in June. Now, she went to a different hospital than I did, but she recommended to just bring some adult diapers because she said what her hospital supplied was not very comfortable. So I decided to just throw a couple of these in here just in case. As far as what is actually in my bag, I have this giant reusable TJ Maxx bag. Now, the point of this is when you're at the hospital, whatever is in your room, they cannot reuse afterwards. So any mesh underwear, diapers, wipes, baby items, anything like that that they give you, after you leave, they have to throw it away. I decided to bring this bag, pack this bag full, and take home whatever we can from the hospital. Next up, we have just some slides. I bought these from the dollar store, super cheap. These are going to be our shower shoes for both my husband and I to take a shower in the hospital. And then I don't have them in here right now because I'm wearing them, but I will be bringing my slippers. As mentioned, this is also my toiletries bag, so I have a bottle of Tylenol for my husband because unless you are the patient, the hospital does not give out medications. So if he has a headache or something like that, he can take some Tylenol. For myself, for clothes, I have 2 pairs of pajamas, which are just nightgowns. One of them is just a basic nightgown, and the other one is a full button-up front nightgown, which I think I might use this one for our Fresh 48 photos just because it's black and basic. And then I have 2 dress options in case I actually want to get dressed when we have visitors come to meet the baby in the hospital. And then also one of them can be for the day that we actually leave. I thought about getting my own labor gown, but ultimately I did not because it's going to be a lot of blood, a lot of fluids, and I don't feel like washing that or taking care of it myself. So I will just be wearing the regular hospital gown. And then I have a cardigan, so it's a long sleeve, super long, basically like goes to my knees cardigan, just in case I get cold in the hospital. But I also have my robe in here that I'm not going to take out because it kind of was a pain to put in here, but it's a super fluffy robe just in case I'm cold or I just feel like wearing my robe. I also have 2 towels, one for myself, one for my husband, so that we can take showers in the hospital. And last but not least, I have our toiletries bag. So let's go through what is in our toiletries bag. Okay, so we have travel toothbrushes, one for myself, one for my husband, toothpaste, deodorant, and just some Q-tips, just in case. And then in this side, we have body wash, conditioner, a hairbrush, and some shampoo. Also not shown in any of the bags that I showed you, but I will be bringing my boppy pillow because I plan on exclusively breastfeeding, and I also plan on bringing my own blanket just so either myself or my husband can be comfy in the hospital. But yeah, that was what is in my hospital bags. If you stuck around to the end, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you later. Bye!